Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to need a blanket and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or some kind of sturdy scarf if you have one. Just make sure you have that on hand, and we can put it to the side for now. And with your blanket, I want you to fold your blanket into a long rectangle that you can put at the top of your mat. And what you're going to do is just roll it up a couple of times until there's a really small kind of bolster, very small. You could do maybe 2 or 3 rolls. And then you'll sit down, turn yourself around, and put this roll right beneath your shoulder blades. So slide down and place yourself very gently onto this roll and decide if it's comfortable. And if it's too much, you can come on up and unroll it a little bit and slide it back a tiny bit. And then come on down. And then with the top part of the blanket, you can roll that over once or twice too if you'd like some support under your head. And bring your hands onto your belly, and your feet can widen with your knees knocking together. Or you can bring your feet together, soles of the feet pressed together and the knees open out. So whichever variation feels best for you. Find a comfortable position. And if this bolster underneath your back is uncomfortable, you can always flatten the blanket out and just lay on top of the blanket. And then you can bring your hands out by your sides or keep them on your belly. Close your eyes and just settle into your breath, into your body. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Continue this pattern of breath. Allowing the front of your chest to relax, the tops of your shoulders to release. Your hands, all of the muscles let go. Release the jaw. And just be with the breath right now. Notice what's happening as you settle in. You may be noticing sensations in the body as it relaxes, things are shifting. Just observe and witness without judgment or expectation. taking your hands and bringing them over the heart. Take a deep breath in through the nose and open the mouth to exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then the sound of Om after this inhale. Release the hands. Press the knees up if they're separated. Raise one up alongside your head and roll over onto your side, slowly pressing your way up. And we will flatten the blanket out, pull it down slightly so that your hips, when you get on the blanket again, will be on the edge. Take hold of your belt or your strap, whatever you have, your scarf, and then we'll come back down. So my hips are on the blanket, my whole spine is on the blanket. And again, if you'd like to, you can always put a pillow under your head if that's more comfortable. So take your strap and then bring it across the bottom of your left foot. And then start to lift the left heel up into the air. And if you'd like to, you can circle the foot around or just wiggle it out a little bit. Then reach up through the heel and press the back, the middle of the back, into the blanket below you. And then slowly lift the right foot up, bringing the knees together. Inhale, and really press up through that left foot, through the sole of the foot. As you exhale, you're going to straighten this right leg any amount. So don't touch the heel to the ground. It's going to float just above the ground, maybe straightening it all the way, engaging the core, and then slowly slide it back. Inhale, bringing the knees together. Press the mid back into the floor, press up through the foot. Exhale, reach the right foot down. So we're sliding it slowly in as you inhale. And exhale to straighten. Inhale. And last one, exhale. You don't have to reach it down all the way. As far as your leg will straighten, just keeping the core activated. Inhale, bring the knee back up and release the foot to the ground. Now you can keep this foot right knee bent, or you can straighten and rest the leg on the floor. Holding the strap in the left hand, open the leg out towards the side using your elbow on the ground as support. And you could release your right arm out alongside your body. I wish you had an aerial view of this right now. Or you can keep your right hand on your hip to remind that right hip to stay down. So you're still using the engagement of the core here. And then slowly bringing your leg back up through center. You can release the strap, bend the knee, and grab the left knee with the right hand. Slowly bring that knee up and over the body, lifting the hips off the floor, and the left arm, will reach out to the side, and you're going to turn your gaze towards the left hand. Just a gentle twist. You don't have to force yourself into this. back. Give the left knee a hug into the chest. Maybe interlace your hands in front of the shin. And just pull it in. Take a deep breath into the low belly. Sigh it out the mouth. And then release the leg down. Laying flat, just letting your body adjust, balance itself. Notice the difference between the two sides, the two legs. And then taking the feet back onto the ground. The strap will now loop around the bottom of the right foot. And then just lift the right foot into the air. You can move it around a little bit just to wake it up. You don't have to straighten that knee right away. Keep a little soft bend in the right knee. And then holding this right foot up in the air, activate the stomach muscles by pressing the spine down into the blanket. As you inhale, the left knee will come up. Exhale, start to straighten that left leg down the mat, but just keep it hovering. So you can bend just a little or straighten the leg. Inhale, bring the knee in. The top of the inhale, really press up through that right foot. As you exhale, slide the left leg down. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen that left leg. Two more. Lift, inhale. Slide the left heel down, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, bringing the left foot down onto the mat. Grab the strap in the right hand and keeping the belly engaged, pressing the back into the blanket, you can straighten this left leg down the mat or keep it bent and start to open the right leg out towards the side. Try to keep the heel, knee, and hip in one line. And you can use your elbow, slide the elbow down onto the ground. And then extending this left arm if you'd like, or keeping it on the hip to remind you to not let that hip roll up. Try to keep your belly engaged, the back pressing down onto the ground. Then slowly bringing the knee in, bending the knee, release the strap, holding onto the knee, with the right knee with the left hand, pull it over the body into a twist, and the right arm can reach out to the side behind you, looking towards that right hand with your gaze. Each exhale, just letting your body relax more into this twist. And then slowly coming back onto your back, grab the knee, hug the shin with your hands and squeeze it in. Taking a breath into the low belly and exhale through the mouth. Then inhale. And then as you exhale, release that leg down and just rest for a moment, observing your body, observing any information that's coming from your body into your awareness. Slowly rolling onto your side again, so bending up the knees, rolling on over, pressing yourself up. We're going to turn around into a tabletop position. So you can slide your blanket down kind of to the middle of the mat and then set up in your tabletop position so that your hands are directly under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And we'll take a couple cat-cows here. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, coming into your cow pose. Lengthen the heart forward. Reach the hips up and back. Exhale, tucking the tail, pulling the belly button to the spine, chin to chest. Press the floor away. Inhale, coming back into your cow pose. Exhale, round into the cat. A couple more on your own, just follow your breath. And coming to your neutral tabletop position. Bring your left hand a little bit closer to the middle of the space, directly under your nose. Your right hand comes up towards your chest. You're going to inhale and try to lift your chest, lift your right elbow, maybe lift your right arm. And then as you exhale, slide your right hand under your armpit, but don't release onto the floor. You're just going to reach across and through. And then inhale, sliding your hand up past your heart, maybe up towards the sky, maybe keep it down at your heart. And then exhale, reaching down and through. Reach your hand as far out as it will go. Inhale, open the chest, maybe lift the arm. And then exhale, we'll slide on down to thread the needle on the ground. So the hand will touch the ground, arm will touch the ground, shoulder touches the ground. And you keep your hips over your knees. So you're resting on the cheek, the shoulder. The left hand can be by your face or up above the crown of your head. Maybe just pressing into that left hand slightly to stack the left side of the body over the right. Start to slowly roll that left shoulder open. And then sliding yourself back up, coming through tabletop. Maybe the right arm will lift up and yawn open, and then release it down. And we'll take it to the other side. So the right hand comes to the center, right under your nose. Left hand towards the heart. Inhale, just roll the left side of your chest open, maybe lift the arm. Exhale, reach that left hand through under the armpit and out to the side. Inhale, hand to heart, sliding it open any amount. Exhale, and reaching it through. And then one more. Inhale, lifting the chest, left shoulder high. Exhale, reach it through. Now slide down onto the ground, letting your shoulder, head, cheek rest down, hips over the knees. Right hand can be in front of your face or up over the crown of your head. And you'll just start to roll that right shoulder open any amount. And then slowly coming back up through your tabletop position. Inhale into your cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, open your heart. Let the shoulders draw down the spine. Exhale, Contract the front of the body. Really pull the belly up. Coming back to your neutral tabletop position, you're going to lay down and place, maybe walk the knees back, just place the torso on the blanket. The forehead can rest on the hands. And then reaching the left arm forward, we'll inhale and lift the left arm and the right leg. And then exhale to lower. And then reach the right arm forward. As you lift the left leg, really stretch high. And then exhale. Left arm, right leg lifts and lowers. Right arm, left leg lift. Inhale. Exhale, come down. One more on each side, left arm, right leg lift and lower. And then right arm and left leg lift and lower. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Lift your feet up, knees stay down, and you'll just let the feet windshield wiper side to side. Coming back to center, hands by your shoulders. Flatten the tops of your feet. Shrug the shoulders to your ears, and then slide them up, back, and down as you lift the chest. And then slowly lower forehead back down. We'll do that 2 more times. So it's a shoulder shrug and a baby cobra together. Inhale, lift, shrug the shoulders up, and then slide them down the back as you lift. Exhale as you lower. And last one, inhale, shrug the shoulders, lift the chest off the ground. See if you can hold an extra second, and then exhale, lower. Pressing your hands into the ground by your chest, crawl your knees forward once again. Widen the knees and touch the big toes together, setting up for child's pose. So the knees are a little wider, toes are touching, and then we'll walk the hands forward to rest the forehead on the ground in child's pose. If this is at all uncomfortable, you can stack your forearms and rest your forehead, but I really want to make sure that you have your forehead connected either to the ground, your arms, maybe putting a block under your forehead if that feels better. Just letting the head rest, letting the mind rest. Start to walk your hands slightly to the right side of the mat, reaching long through the left arm and letting the left hip melt down towards the heels. Walk the hands back through center, and then crawl them a couple inches to the left, reaching up a little longer through the right fingertips, kind of crawl them high as you can, and just notice the right side of the body, and notice the breath in the right side of the rib cage. Walk back through center. And then crawling yourself up through tabletop. We'll remove the blanket. So just fold it up and put it off to the side. And then coming back Through tabletop, tuck the toes under, and we'll gently lift into downward facing dog. So to set up, make sure that you have your hands in a comfortable position directly beneath the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide. And you're pressing down into the length of the fingers, especially the base of the index finger. And you'll slowly start to engage the belly, start to lift the knees from the floor, and we'll lift up into a downward facing dog. So you can widen the feet if you'd like to, bend the knees any amount. Try to lengthen the arms and lengthen the tailbone up and back. Pressing into your fingertips to really reach long through the arms. If you'd like to bend one knee and then the other. Walking up the dog. And then start to walk your hands back towards your feet, bend the knees, and start to rest into a ragdoll pose, grabbing opposite elbow with opposite hand. Knees are really bent to rest the torso on the legs. And then you'll lean your torso over towards the left knee, kind of rock it on over as you straighten the right leg slightly. And then come back to center and lean over onto the right knee. Chest over on the right thigh, straighten the left leg. Come back to center. Just a gentle sway side to side. Shake your head. Make sure your head is relaxed. Coming back into the center, release the arms. Pull the belly in as you roll yourself up. Head stays heavy. Shoulders relaxed. And then when you come back up to stand, you can bring your feet closer together. Roll the shoulders out. And standing in your mountain pose, we will rub the hands together. Then place the hands on top of the thighs. Taking a breath here, just orienting yourself. Maybe shifting front to back on the feet, just to get the feet stable on the ground. Inhale, the arms sweep up. Exhale, the hands come to heart center. Inhale, we're going to press the right hand down and the left hand straight up to the sky. See how my palm is facing the floor, and if you can see, my left hand is facing the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands back together. Inhale, right arm lifts high, pressing up, left hand presses down. Exhale, bring the palms together at the heart. Inhale, left high and right low. Really stretch through the chest, shoulders. Exhale. Inhale, right high, left low. Exhale, hands together. One more on each side, left high, right low. Inhale. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, right high. Left presses down. And exhale, hands together. Separating your feet a little bit. Bend the knees. Fold yourself down and just let your arms hang to the ground. Breathing into the low belly. Now we're going to sway side to side, sweeping the hands on the floor in front of us. And then start to roll your way up as you sway side to side. So you're just tracing a figure eight with your hands. in front of you as you sway side to side. And then once your hands reach to the ceiling, inhale, turn your palms out. Exhale, slowly lower them down. And stand in mountain pose once again. Bring your feet together. Stepping the left foot forward halfway up the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes out slightly so your hips are straight ahead. Your left foot is pointing straight ahead, and your right toes any angle that's comfortable. So, sometimes the heel may be more directly back, sometimes it's pulled in slightly. Feet can widen any amount on the mat. We're going to hinge at the hips and keep lifting through the chest, reaching the heart forward until your spine is parallel to the floor. So keep the front knee slightly bent, tiny bend. And then if you'd like to, you can lower your chest, bowing it over the legs, hands come down to the ground, let your head hang. Crown of the head reaching towards the big toe of the left foot. Then slowly bringing the hands back up. We're going to step a little wider in the stance, so just wiggle a little longer into the legs. Maybe pull that back heel up a little bit. And then bending into the left knee. Setting up for warrior one. So the left knee is directly above the left ankle. Right heel is slightly pulled in. And then the arms will come up alongside the ears. Palms facing one another overhead. Shoulders relaxed, chest and gaze lifted. Straighten that front leg and then bring your awareness into the back heel as you lift through the chest. So let the connection to your back heel help you lift even more. And then exhale, come back down into your warrior one. Bringing your hands behind you. If you'd like to, you can even bring your strap with you and hold the strap behind you. Or you can interlace your hands, whichever one is more comfortable. We're going to come into humble warrior. So slowly lower the chest down onto that left knee. Let the head hang and squeeze the floor with your feet. Keep your legs engaged. And if you'd like to, you can lift the arms up, stretching across the front of the chest. And then slowly release the arms, bringing your hands to frame the left foot. Pivot the back foot so that the heel lifts. Plant the right hand into the ground. And then we'll swing and reach the left arm out to the side and up any amount for a twisting lunge. Draw the inner thighs in towards each other, squeezing the feet onto the ground. See if you can lift any amount more. And then slowly lower, and we'll wiggle the left foot back. Slide the left foot back to meet the right in your plank pose. Drop the knees down. Lift the chest, and then lower all the way down. Flattening the tops of the feet on the ground. Adjust your hands so that the wrists are beneath the elbows. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Lift the chest into your baby cobra pose. Exhale and lower. Press yourself up through tabletop position. And then we'll tuck the toes. Inhale into your cow pose. Chest opens. Exhale into cat. Inhale into your cow pose. And then we'll exhale. As you lift into your cat, you'll lift your knees and turn it into a dog. So lifting the hips, softening the knees, pressing into the length of the fingers. And then walk the hands back towards the feet. Bend the knees quite a bit. Grab opposite elbow, opposite hand, and shake your head out a little bit. And then slowly roll your way back up. Into your mountain pose. Standing in mountain pose is reorienting yourself. If you'd like to shrug the shoulders a few times, if you'd like to rock on the feet a little bit, gaining awareness of where you are on the ground, and then we'll step the right foot forward. So step the right foot halfway up. The left toes can turn out slightly behind you. Setting up for a pyramid, hands on the hips. Lifting through the chest, shoulders relaxed. Start to hinge, hips back, heart forward. The knee can have a little bend to it, it's not pushing back at all. And then you can hang out here halfway, always bringing the hands onto the thigh if you'd like, or if you'd like to allow yourself to hinge completely forward, hands to the floor. Head hangs down. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Reach the crown of the head towards the big toe. As you inhale, imagine the length in the spine. As you exhale, feel yourself drawing even deeper into the stretch. Bend slightly into that right knee, hands come to the hips, and you'll lift yourself up. Widen the stance a little bit, so shuffle the right foot up, bend into the right knee. Maybe adjust the back heel slightly. Coming into warrior one, lift the arms up alongside the ears, looking straight ahead. And then straightening the front leg. Bring your awareness into the back heel. Bring some weight into that back heel. And that will help lift the chest even more. And then re-bend into this front knee, keeping that connection through the left heel. Let the hands float down. You can interlace your hands behind you. You can grab your strap if you'd like. And hold that behind you. And then inhale, lift the chest, draw the shoulders down and back. Exhale, bow forward, letting the chest rest on the knee. Head hangs down, arms can lift. Humble warrior, everything in your body's engaged below the neck. The head is the only part that surrenders. Release the grip and the strap. Bring your left hand, bring your hands to frame the right foot. Lift the left heel up. And you might want to lengthen back a little bit. Place the left hand on the ground, inside of the right foot. And then reach the right arm up as high as you'd like. You can always keep the hand on the hip and just turn the chest and gaze. Keep the gaze low to keep your stability. Many, many options. And slowly release. Wiggle that right foot back. Coming through your plank, drop the knees, lift the chest, and lower all the way down. Flatten the tops of the feet on the floor. Lift the right leg, reach it back. Lift the left leg, reach it back. Bring your hands by your sides. Palms turn down towards the ground. Shalambhasana, locust pose. Gently lift the chest, shoulders, and arms. Keep the chin low, keep the gaze low. If your back legs want to lift, they can, or they can stay on the ground. With each inhale, try to lift a little bit more. And with each exhale, stay and maintain the height. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, lower all the way down, resting your left cheek on the mat, toes touch and heels separate. And bring your gaze back to the floor. Bring your heels, lift them up once again. Activate your legs, lifting the knees up off the floor. We'll come back into Shalabhasana, but this time if you'd like to, I'm going to use my strap, but you can interlace your hands or hold the strap. And then slowly lift the chest, and then you can lift the arms and activate those as you lift. And the legs may also lift as long as you're not crunching into the low back. Try to keep lengthening the legs down, the chest forward. Inhale and lift. Exhale, maintain the height. It's almost like taking half breaths. And then slowly, when you're ready, lower down. Turn the other cheek to the mat. Let the arms and legs totally relax. Passive neck stretch. And turning back to face the mat. Press yourself up through tabletop into child's pose. So crawl the knees forward, toes touch. Sit the hips back, and then walk the hands forward. Letting the forehead rest on the floor or on top of the arms. Breathing into the low belly. Against the inner thighs. Surrendering all of the efforts you've made, releasing towards the earth in your child's pose. And pressing yourself up from child's pose. Bring your knees closer together. We will tuck the toes under. Inhale into your cow pose. Exhale, round into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, start to round into cat and then lift the knees into dog. Taking a stretch in your downward facing dog, pressing the arms long, softening the knees, lifting the tailbone, and walk the hands back towards the feet. Slowly roll your way up to stand and grab hold of your belt, strap, what have you. Take your belt, step on it with your left foot. Stand up tall, maybe rock back and forth on the feet to spread the feet wide. And this is balance pose, so make sure you really have the connection to your feet. Look forwards and find one point to focus your drishti and your gaze. And then start to bend the left knee. And we'll lift the left knee up to hip height, wrapping the hands around the strap, resting the foot in the strap. Press down into the right foot super strong. So strongly that the rest of your body feels as if it's floating up. You can stay here, or you can let your left heel kick forward and your left leg float up. And then slowly rebend the leg and step it down. Release the strap and you can walk it out. And then taking the strap onto your right foot. So step on the strap with the right foot, holding onto the strap with both hands, looking straight ahead, finding your feet, finding your drishti point. Start to bend the right knee. The left foot activates with its engagement into the ground. Really activate your awareness of pushing down with your left foot. And then start to lift the right knee up. And wrap this strap around your hands. And pushing down into your standing foot. Let the rest of the body rise up. And then possibly kick the heel forward any amount if you'd like to. This is optional to kick forward. And slowly release it back down. Step your feet down, march it out. Let your strap come down by your side. Hands on the hips. Turn your toes out. And just gentle hip circles. Bend the knees and just release. Step your feet as wide as the mat. Turn your toes out. Your heels will probably be on the mat still. Toes off. And then bend into the knees, into goddess pose. You can widen your feet wider than the mat if you'd like. Let the hips sit down. Look down to your knees. Make sure that they're over the ankles and not inside. Try to press the knees so that they're in line with the ankles and not bowing in. Hands at the heart. Bring the hands out to the side into goddess pose. Elbows at shoulder height. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, lion's breath. Reach your tongue to your chin as you exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Inhale. Last one. Hands to the hips. Straighten the legs. Toes turn in. And step the feet together. Stand in your mountain pose for a moment. And then we'll take one more balance. So make sure your feet are parallel, connected down. Find your drishti point. We'll bend the left knee. And you can stop at any point. You can just come this far and work on your balance. If you'd like to lift the left knee up, grabbing the left knee with the right hand, or grabbing underneath with both hands. Slowly start to look over the left shoulder, sliding your left hand back and reaching the left hand back behind you. And coming back to center, step the foot down, march it out. Find your feet once again, and we'll take it on the right. So make sure your left foot is really glued onto the ground. Bend your right knee, And this may be enough for you today, is to focus on just transferring the balance. And you can take the twist with your toes on the ground. If you'd like to, lift the right knee up. Grab the underside of the thigh or the top of the knee. And then slide the right hand back, reaching the fingertips back behind you. Your gaze can follow your hand. And slowly come back to center. Step the feet down, march it out. Turn to face the wide edge of the mat. Separate your feet as wide as you can. Hands on the hips. Toes are a little closer than the heels. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, soften the knees and hinge forward. Bringing your hands down to the ground, underneath the shoulders. Let your head hang towards the earth. You can widen your feet any amount. You can walk your hands back more in line with your feet. Pressing down into your hands. Reach the crown of the head towards the ground. And try to lift your tailbone up a tiny amount more. Let the backs of your shoulders widen. And then walk your hands forward. Bring your knees down to the ground. And come onto our backs. Walk your feet up towards your hips. Feet are parallel. A couple inches between your toes, but they're pretty close together. Coming into bridge pose, gentle bridge pose. Start to lift your hips up off the ground. Let your shoulders support the whole spine as you lift. Pressing your feet down, keeping your knees drawing towards each other. Maybe roll your chest slightly up towards your face a little bit more to let your hips rise. And gently lower your spine back down one vertebrae at a time. Widening your feet, let the knees knock together, and let your thumbs rest at your forehead center. Let the arms come out by your side. Open your knees out so that your feet and your knees are almost as wide as your mat. And then just let the knees knock over to the left as you look towards the right. If this is ever uncomfortable for your knees, you can slide your knees to stack as well. And then coming back to center, let the knees come on over to the right, the hips lift off the mat, your gaze turns to the opposite direction of your knees. So the knees to the right, gaze to the left, and again, you can always stack your legs if that is more comfortable. This is going to give you a nice stretch in the front of that left hip. Coming back up, hug the knees in, and gently rock side to side. And then you can come on down into your Shavasana, so you can widen your feet out to the edges of the mat, to the corners. Let your arms come out by your side. Turning your gaze up to the sky, closing the eyes. If it's uncomfortable to lay on your back, knock the knees together in constructive rest pose. If you'd like to slide a blanket over your hips for support. Allow your eyes to lift up towards the forehead center. Allow the jaw to relax. Observe the breath as it comes back into its natural state. Scan the body for any pieces that are still active. Just allow them to relax. I'm beaming Reiki energy in every single one of you right now, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. Sending bright, sunshine, warm energy into all of your cells. Letting that warmth surround and fill your entire body and the space around your body. Allowing the space inside of your heart to open to this energy. to move your fingers and your toes and deepen the breath. Roll onto one side of your body, curling up. Gently pressing your way up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Bringing your hands over your heart. Take a moment to recognize this accomplishment of showing up and then bringing your awareness back to the breath. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And then the sound of Om. Inhale. Thumbs to the forehead, bowing to each other through the distance. May we be safe. May we be happy. May we be loved. And may we see each other very, very soon. Namaste.